Okay, so before I start talking about anything, I'm gonna just say that I know I'm using the same background gameplay from my last video, and that's because I'm not gonna record another gameplay for some stupid video lol, and it's easier to just reuse it. Just a short little note before the video. Let's go. So I'm sure everyone is familiar with the UTTP, which stands for the YouTube Troll Police. There has been countless videos made on them on YouTube the past couple of years, but this year is a year where the YouTube community definitely is aware of them and what they do. I don't want to go too into depth into what this group is, but basically they're a group or fandom likely related to the Go Animate / Beyond community that was formed in 2011 that is supposed to be targeting people who are trolls, and behind this TTS voice, I'm saying trolls very boldly, because these people are probably one of the biggest trolls on the internet. And honestly they're beyond normal trolls, but we'll get into that later. I actually knew who they were way back in 2019, which is when I started to really get into YouTube. Yup, that's right, I looked like this when I found out about these MFS lol. Anyways, let's just move on to the next section. Okay, we are gonna be reacting to these two videos I found of one of their members and I guess give my thoughts on them lol. So the first video we are gonna look at is this shit by this guy, so you should probably prepare for a hard watch. What the fuck? See? This is what I meant by rage bait. This video was literally meant to make people mad, and well, people did get mad. If you check out the comment section, which is overall people saying shit like the UTTP will fall LLLLLL and shit like that. By the way, I didn't even show you all the full clip, because the entire video is literally showing all of these retarded drawings and ox with the stupid ass audio lol. And did you guys see some of these? Some of these are actually crazy, which makes it obvious this could just be made for views and rage bait. Literally look at some of these. Yeah, some of these are just plain stupid. I'd say this group has probably gotten worse due to it maybe influencing some Jenner kids to become part of their group, exposing them to this toxic environment and the reason why we have a skibbity toilet here. Anyways, let's just look at the other video.
Hello guys, today I'm reacting to all videos with me in them. I have been hyping this up for some time now with all my comments, and now it's here. I made a playlist a week ago, and over my campaign I went from 3 videos of me to 17, which is a lot for a UTTP member. Let's start roasting and praising.
Bro, what the fuck is this? Honestly, I don't even wanna watch the video, because it's gonna give them extra watch time, and you guys pretty much get the point. It's rage bait. The UTTP is definitely aware that it has haters, so it uses these types of stupid videos to annoy and anger the viewer, giving them more attention. So I'd say the best way to handle them is to ignore these types of UTTP members and block them. So as the whole situation with the UTTP got worse, more and more YouTubers would come out to expose these guys for small or really bad things that we'll talk about later. Anyways, most of the YouTubers that would make their videos on these guys were likely to be commentary YouTubers, the YouTubers who usually poke at other YouTubers for their actions or simply commentate on social or political things. One of the YouTubers we can talk about is Blue Ice, which I consider a commentary community creator despite him kinda criticizing a portion of the community. Around mid-June of this year, he dropped a video called YouTube's Insane Bot Problem with UTTP on the thumbnail and between parentheses.
Which is kind of like the UTTP kind of declaring war on the internet and a bunch of different fandoms. This video is literally the most brain-rotted thing I've ever seen. Now let's say I'm a stupid iPad kid and for some reason I want to learn more about the UTTP and its members. Well, to do that, I have to join a UTTP Discord server. Going back to the video I mentioned earlier, if you look in the pinned comment, there's a Discord link that takes you to the official UTTP Discord. What's interesting is that in these UTTP Discord servers, there's invite links spammed throughout the channels, which leads me to believe that if one server gets taken down, then they'll have another one to do their nefarious stuff on. What nefarious things am I talking about? Upon joining one of these servers, I was met with a gif of a cat whose head was being, you get what I mean, and literal images of gore. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You see, when I joined a couple of these servers on my alt account, I was getting hundreds of notifications per day with the ringleaders telling everyone to go spam someone's live stream or DMs with really racist and horrible stuff. I've also heard from other YouTubers that I've watched that these UTTP members possess cheese pizza and also extort young girls to hurt themselves.
There's also another YouTuber that made a good amount of videos on the UTTP, Parlo. Parlo is mostly known in the Roblox commentary community and I actually talked about him a bit back in 2020. He kinda says the same topics as Blue Ice in his videos as well. For the sake of not making this video longer than it should be, here's a clip of one of his videos that he made on the UTTP.
In their current Discord server. Now this is someone who I've covered before in older videos, primarily because he possessed and distributed images of people who he apparently got to cut themselves and self-harm. Defender had also made numerous videos showing docs information of people which is still up on YouTube, and have even harassed and sent pizzas to a YouTuber called Nift's house. Defender had even pretty recently blackmailed a young child by threatening to release his information unless this child made a video praising the UTTP. It's extremely disgusting to have possession of images of dead kids like FBS does, but it's also vile to then distribute and post these images in this UTTP server that contains numerous minors. And here's an audio recording of Defender, who is a high-ranking member in this server, admitting that there are numerous minors who are present in this server. So at least one person in this server is 13. Oh, that's fine then.
Parlo has also made 3 other videos on these guys earlier this year, because Parlo actually got himself quite involved in the situation as he would start to get in contact with the UTTP members to get more info on them and use this to expose them. There has been a lot of videos from other smaller YouTubers, commentary or not, slandering and exposing this group for a lot of the questionable and insane things they have done, which brings us to the next section. The UTTP has been massively exposed for doing some pretty nasty things. The first is obviously the gore images of animals and deceased people which I showed in the short clips of the Blue Ice and Parlo videos. The UTTP has recently also been exposed on having possession of the illegal cheese pizza, which honestly shows how far these people can go. Like, I don't understand how the fuck they think sending these images and GIFs are genuinely okay to do in their servers, which obviously contain minors. It's pretty obvious the UTTP contain minors too, due to some UTTP members making these low quality videos and content to piss people off. I see a difference between the UTTP members. We first got those who really just spam and just pump out this degenerate content on YouTube and aren't really that bad, just mildly annoying, and can be easily stopped by blocking them. But then we got the leaders of these big ass UTTP servers. These are the ones who definitely are into some weird ass shit, possessing strange and disgusting gore, cheese pizza, and other graphic content. These are also usually the ones who send their little armies to attack and harass content creators, usually for no reason. This isn't all they've done. Some of them are also able to hack. My frequent collaborator and friend since 2020, Chris, who has worked with me on videos like Jorimums and helped with thumbnails and Discord servers, was a victim of one of the UTTP members since Chris had been hacked back in June of this year. Chris community was extremely confused when Chris account posted cryptic tweets saying the UTTP will always win. There was also a few other victims of the UTTP hackers. It's honestly crazy how they've really become the opposite of what their name implies. They're honestly beyond being trolls at this point due to all the shit they've done. Lol. I'm not really involved in this whole situation, since I don't get into stupid internet beefs anymore, but YouTube really needs to step their game up when it comes to dealing with spammers like these, since these guys have pretty much gotten out of control since the last decade. Hopefully there is some type of solution soon enough. Lol.